I missed you guys. It's been a long time since we uploaded anything to the channel, and I apologize for my incognito absence. But I've been dealing with a few energies lately, and I need some. We need to create dialogue for this. I want to talk about it. Let's make sure that we're communicating. You know what I mean? Properly. Our expectations, our desires, our boundaries. You know what I mean? So that we can most effectively use our time when building or dealing in a relationship. So here is the problem that I've been running into. And you guys know I'm always down for constructive criticism. So I ask those tough questions that a lot of people are afraid to ask. And one of the questions that I like to ask that kind of throws people off guard, you know, if there was something that you could suggest to your partner that you're interested in that will make them more desirable to you, what would it be? And so I have gotten feedback for myself that sometimes they are unsure of my interest. Sometimes they are confused based on my actions and my words. So, for instance, said, I'm not sure if you're having a good day or a bad day. I'm not sure if you're mad at me or mad at the world. And you know, I'm realistic. I own my shadows, right? I own my shines. I know my demons by their first name. So I'm not surprised when they say that. My only feedback usually is if you've paid a close enough attention to me and you know that, and it has nothing to do with a Gemini, but it's an easy way to describe it. Like sometimes I feel like a nut and sometimes I don't. That is probably the most realistic feedback that I can give when it comes to my interaction. Sometimes I'm in a high 100. I'm right here with you. I'm 1,000%. We're having a great time. I'm involved. I'm actively listening and, enjoying the conversation and participating in the conversation. And then sometimes, not often, but sometimes I enjoy my own company. So we could be in the same house and not have a problem, and I could sit in my quiet little corner with a book or a magazine or my notebook and my headphones, and I could be in my own world for, a little bit of time or a day or sometimes two. Like, as an artist, most artists get where I'm coming from. When you go to the studio or when you're in there and you're making music and you're making art and you're kind of enthralled into what you're doing, it's hard to break away when you're tagged in and tapped in because someone else is requesting your attention. And so I've had that problem and I've had that discussion, and I don't feel like I should apologize for who I am. I'm a great communicator. I talk a lot, so there's no room for confusion if you're a great listener, okay? And with that being said, when I'm in that place, it doesn't change where we were before, okay, or where we're going to be after. Like, if we were in a great place, when I come out of my space, we're still going to be in a great place. But if you harass me and you try to punk me and make me and punish me, you're not going to get the happy, loving, go lucky freedom that you're interested in, or that energy that you're missing. And I'm not going to apologize for being strong in my care. I know who I am. I know why you enjoy hanging with me. I know why you enjoy my company, because I make you feel good. And I do it on purpose because I like to feel good. Okay. And so I understand the addiction to that vibration that may be new to you, or you've you've never really seen it in action, this authentic self of just be you. You know what I mean? No titles, no tags, no masks, no mirrors, no boxes, no stereotypes. Just show up in your authentic self and let's just go from there. And with that, I believe that it scares some people who's not quite on that level yet. You know what I mean? They need that constant interaction and that constant reassurance that, hey, you still like me? You still into me? Hey, do you still see me? Some people need that. I don't. And I get really frustrated really fast when it's required of me. And so that's the problem that I feel like I'm having in the dating scene nowadays. I have always been a fan of Maya Angelou. Anyone who knows me knows that that is my most favorite poet in the whole wide world. My oldest daughter was actually named Shemaya because of Maya Angelou. Her definition of why a caged bird sings, I can relate to and I understand. But when I say I know why a caged bird sings, it's because the energy that I frequent in, okay? And it's a feel-good energy. And when you're there, it feels good and you feel alive and people feel seen and they feel desired. And then they just want to take it and keep it and take it home for themselves and put it in a cage and give it a title and put it in a box. And I found you. You're just for me. I'm going to take you home just for me. Nobody else in the world get to experience this. This is just for me. Well, if you guys are familiar with lightning bugs or something of that sort, when you catch them and you keep them caged for long, they die and their light burns out. And so the very thing that you were attracted to is not the energy that you're getting from them no more because you have disconnected them from their original source of life. I need to be free. No, does that mean I don't want a partner? If I don't mean I don't want a mate? Do I want somebody I don't want to hang out with? No, it just means that I need to be free. I need to make my own decisions. I need to move on my own accord. And then when we are together, it's better. You know what I mean? And then when we are apart, it gives us both something to look forward to when we're together again. I don't need, nor do I desire, an owner. I don't want to be caged. I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want a title. I don't want a tag. I don't need that in my life because when you start requesting that from me, my energy is going to shift and you're no longer going to enjoy the beautiful, loving, lively spirit that you are now addicted to because you feel like it has to be a conversation every day. It has to be 2 or 3 text messages every day. You need to figure out what I'm doing, what's on your agenda. Like all of that stuff is cool, but what were you doing before we met? Like shit don't change. And I know my homeboy told me, you sound like a man, Free. I don't mean to sound like a man, but I think I definitely am tapped in to my balance of both my male and female energies. And I get it now. I get it why a man like, hold on, you gonna choke the shit out of me, baby girl. Like, let me breathe. Let a dog roam and he'll come home. All of those old cliches, I understand now. And just because it's not the way you want it to be doesn't mean that it's absolutely not perfect the way it is. It could be so beautiful and perfect without the dictations and the expectations. And just let it flow. And it's beautiful. So I need some dialogue. I mean, you guys talk to me. Am I the only one who's afraid of a cage? Am I the only one who's afraid of a box? I mean, am I asking too much for my mate to have their own life and their own things going on and then we enjoy each other and then you allow me to be myself. And if you know me and you've been paying attention to me enough, then you'll know that I'm never disrespectful. You'll never have to question my loyalty. in essence. It will never be put to a place that you're sitting looking like a fool. They're going to be very jealous of you. They're going to be admiring you. Like, how can you have such a beautiful spirit, so beautiful, and you're okay to let her fly like a butterfly and do her thing? I need my king to be like, because that's who she is, and that's what I love about her. Isn't she beautiful? You better get it while you can, because she's going home with me. That's who my king needs to be. Not someone who's, they're insecure and they're demanding and they're overbearing and they want to control you. And, I don't need that in my life. I'm not in a hurry to be somebody's pet. Like that old Looney Tunes cartoon. I want to take you home and hug you and love you and squeeze you and take care of you. Yeah, that's fine and dandy when we're doing it. But after that, you got to let me go and do me. I have to be free. That's why my daddy named me Freedom. I have to be free to be myself. And then you get the best of me all the time. But when you try to change me and cage me and put me into, dictatorship and all of that, I'm not going to be the same energy that you enjoy and that you love and that you want to be a part of. It's going to change me. I'm going to get resentful and I'm going to get withdrawn and I'm going to get depressed. And that lovely light that you enjoy, that you like to see, that lights up your life in the bedroom when she comes in and, who encourages you and who speaks life into you and